This is English 201, Week 5, Part 3. I want to say something about, just really quick, to talk about sort of the ancient world. Um, you guys know this kind of mythology, ancient Greek and Roman god shit, like with Poseidon, god of the seas, and Zeus, god of the air, and whatever, and the king god or whatever. Um, this was a thing that you would see ancient people doing, where like there's an earthquake, and they go, "Why is there an earthquake?" It's because the god of whatever is angry with us. And then somebody gets struck by a lightning bolt, and they go, "Why did he get struck by a lightning bolt?" And they go, "Zeus must be angry. He threw a lightning bolt at him." And you get this image of Zeus in the clouds hurling lightning bolts down at people. It's a terrifying place to live, the ancient world, because you feel like if you fuck up anything, you could get zapped by a god, right? The gods could visit a plague upon your house, or the gods could. I mean, actually, actually in Oedipus, which is something some of my students know, because high school teachers teach Oedipus Rex. That's the story about the guy who accidentally kills his father and sleeps with his mother. It's an ancient Greek play, very famous by Sophocles. It's pretty awesome, actually. I really like it. Um, but that in that play, the city gets a plague, and the reason for the plague is bad leadership. And so he has to kind of, and Oedipus is told he has to kind of find the person who murdered the king, and then the plague will go away. Of course, actually, I may be screwing that up. Maybe he becomes king by solving the riddle of this. Anyway, the point is that plagues get visited on you for a reason. And it's a terrifying place to live, because God will strike you down if you make even the smallest mistake, right? You walk into the wrong part of the woods, and there's a god in there, and you're not supposed to see the god, like Diana, and she destroys you. It's scary, but I want you to consider that in a fucked up way, it's actually not scary, and it's comforting. Why? Why would that be comforting? It's comforting because it means there's a reason. Like, however bad things are in the ancient world, where you feel like Zeus is going to throw a lightning bolt, at least you can pray. You can negotiate, right? So if the gods do something bad to you because you made a mistake, you could try to make it up to them. "Oh, ancient Zeus, I promise to kill this sheep and burn it and send it smoke into heaven. I promise to live a good life. I promise from now on I'll be good. I'll never get angry at this person. I'll never do violence again. I'm going to be a good person. Please just don't give me cancer," or whatever. It's the gods of the ancient world and the modern world. They're scary because they can attack you at any moment for any reason. But at least you can negotiate. What's really scary about the sort of atheistic world and the world of Kafka is there's nobody to negotiate with. There's nobody to talk to. In Beauty and the Beast, he gets turned into a beast, but he knows what he has to do to solve it. But with Kafka, and for a lot of modern people, sometimes he just gets sick for no reason. Sometimes bad things happen for no reason, and it's really scary because there isn't anybody to negotiate with. Um, it's something happened to you. Like Kafka, like Gregor Samsa doesn't have to treat. Normally in a fantasy story, he would have to track down the wizard that turned him into a bug. But he's not going to do that because there isn't anybody. It's just random. Um, so he's trying to think about kind of a sort of post-religious world where there are no longer, not everything is. One of the things, like believers, like Christians, like my mother. I'm in my mother's house, by the way, and she's got all kinds of, she's got the kind of super Christian books everywhere. But like my mother says, everything happens for a reason. And a lot of people say that, and it's comforting. Now, because they mean everything happens for a reason, bad things and good things happen for a reason. But in Kafka, they don't. And for many people in the real world, we feel like they don't happen for a reason. Also, like the Holocaust, what reason could you possibly give to make sense out of that? 6 million people just murdered. And everything happens for a reason. It's all part of God's plan. Really? But then if it happened for no reason, it's even scarier. And Kafka is thinking about these kinds of things and this kind of world where bad things happen for no reason. I should move on. I'm not going to. Let's talk about conspiracy theories for a second. The world is a scary place. Terrible things happen. September 11th, for example. People were like, "What the fuck? I can't believe we got attacked, and the Twin Towers fell, and BMCC lost a building in that attack." And many I know professors who got cancer as a result of working and living down here after September 11th. A lot of people felt like that was a crazy, out of control moment. Why is this happening? COVID made people feel like that too. Why is this happening? And they want an explanation. Now, in the ancient world, they would say God is punishing you for your sins. But in the modern world, they go, the government's doing it to us. The government invented COVID, and they're doing it. They're putting in the population so they can control us and control our minds. Or September 11th was secretly orchestrated by George Bush, the president of the United States. He wanted that to happen. It was all part of a secret Illuminati QAnon cabal, right? The conspiracy theories and the ancient gods have the same kind of function, which is that random bad shit happens for no reason, and you want there to be a reason, or you don't like the reason and you need a new reason. Because like, I mean, the September 11th hijackers, if you would ask them, they had reasons for it. Are they good enough reasons to kill all those people? No, don't kill people. But they had reasons behind it. People just didn't like those reasons because the reasons were America's bad, and they didn't want that reason. So they were like, it's all a plan for George Bush to do blah blah blah. But with COVID, right? It's like sometimes diseases occur, but everybody wants to be like, it's all a conspiracy by the government, because in both cases, someone's doing it to you, which means there is some plan or logic in place. There is some kind of you can negotiate. That is what Kafka is about. It is about trying to make sense of bad things happening in a world where bad things happen for no reason, and Kafka's trying to think about that in a way that does not provide the easy, and doesn't seem easy, but he's trying to think about it in a way that does not provide easy explanations, like Zeus is mad at you or the government invented COVID. So he's trying to start off from turn into a cockroach for no reason. So one of the things that the bug is a metaphor for is the bad things that happen in life without reason, for no reason. Just wake up, you get a stroke, boom. Okay, this is going really well. It's depressing. I'm sorry all this stuff. Am I sorry all the stuff I choose is depressing? I don't know. I promise. So the next play, we're going to do Othello next. That's even more depressing. And then we're going to end with The Tempest, which is actually happy. I mean, it has nobody dies in The Tempest. I'm gonna argue that it has a complicated ending, but but the characters are happy. They're all in a good mood at the end. People get married, they fall in love, nobody's dead. I mean, I'm gonna argue there's some weird shit going on in that play, but it's anyway. I promise I'll end this on a happy note. Why am I eating a cracker while I'm doing a lecture? Don't do that, Jeff. Eat the cracker after the lecture. We're just going to be chomping into the headphones here. Cool. Let's take a look at a little bit more of this. Oh, God, I've only gotten one page into it. That's okay. All right. Here we go. A lot of stuff to talk about on page 8. Let's see. So Gregor says, has a light sleep, although frequently he woke from it in alarm because of his hunger. So Gregor's very hungry. He's having trouble eating. He's hungry. No one's fed him. For the time being, he must remain calm. He must show patience and the greatest consideration so that his family could bear the unpleasantness that he, in his present condition, was forced to impose on them. That's a very sad line to me, because again, summary. It tells you something about Gregor's psychology. It's that he feels like he has to be he's hungry and he wants food. Nobody's feeding him, but he has to be patient because his family has to bear the difficulty of his situation. It's like, this is something, people get sick and then people have to take care of those people. And then the sick people feel guilty that other people have to take care of them, which makes them feel worse at a time when they already feel bad. They feel guilty that they need help. Which is terribly sad. Like it's sad. It's bad enough. Like I had a broken shoulder, and it was hard to have a broken shoulder. I got hit by a car, and I was very upset, and I did surgery and all of this stuff, and it was very, very terrible. And then on top of it, I felt bad that people had to take care of me because I couldn't I was like, I can't get that myself. So it's like it doubles your problems. Because you've already got the problem of being sick or being a cockroach, and now your other problem is you feel bad people are taking care of you. And actually, here's a line this is one of these moments that would really let you know what the metaphor is. Right here, he says, she entered on tiptoe, as if, this is Greta, entering as if the room of someone seriously ill or even of a stranger. So Gregor's become a stranger to his whole family because they don't understand him. But also, they say it's like she's entering the room of someone with a serious illness. That's one of those little clues when you're thinking about metaphor. When you see a line like that, you should be like, wait a minute. Going into Gregor's room is like going into the room of a sick person. Is being a bug a metaphor for being sick? What do they have in common? Well, you can't go to work and your family was dependent on your money and you can't get the money anymore. And they have to take care of you. Used to take care of them and now they have to take care of you. Hey, this is a pretty good metaphor. She says right there also, as if you were a stranger. Is being a bug a metaphor for being a stranger, for being different from other people? They don't understand you. They don't know what's going on with you. Hey, that metaphor works too. So these are the kind of clues you're looking out for metaphor. I will see you guys in the next video.